Hey kids, Inverted Cow here. Welcome back to Scrap Mechanic. We're gonna jump back into the game we're at. Okay, we are out exploring. I've been traveling along in the Mighty Cowmobile here for about 3 in-game days along the coastline, and I found an ember forest. And then I found this biome. It's kind of an autumn biome. I was just trying to jump up on these rocks so I can see if I can see what I'm looking for here. Okay, one more attempt. Okay, who says cows can't jump? There we go. My base is basically way over there. I've been traveling along the coastline, and I'm starting to get close to this warehouse, and I come up on first a burned forest, and I saw this autumn forest which has the cotton in it. This is the only place I have found that has the cotton, this biome. I also found another biome on the other side of this forest one that's kind of a burn, or not, it's a kind of a desert type biome. Okay, and I saw some more cotton here. But as I was trucking along here, looking for cotton to pick, I stumbled into these guys. Now you all know these guys are the farmers. I'll take whatever that was. But here's cotton. This is what I am in so desperate need of. I can't make a spawn bed until I get this stuff. So I really had to be careful how much traveling and exploring and stuff I did, because without the spawn bed I can't respawn, or I'll respawn back at the starter ship, I believe is where I slept last. That's another packing station. Well, that's good to know. So, we're going to pick up these folks here and see if we can figure out how to get them back to our base. I just want to grab a few more of these cotton plants if I can. I don't know how many I need for a bed, but you know what? If I got enough for 2, that's even better. If I got enough for 3, that's even better. So then I can place one on the vehicle and one in the base and that sort of thing. Perfect. Now the reason I call it the autumn biome is, well, one, everything's in autumn colors. 2, there's these piles of leaves that you can destroy. Now, anybody remember where we parked? Shouldn't be too hard. I mean, there's the burned embers, and I can hear the music. That's the other reason I put the radio on the car, is so that I can hear the car as I drive along. So what we're going to do is we're just going to lift this. Put it on the flat terrain here. Stay. I want to head towards that packing station, but I'm not sure what's down that way. So there's a little bit of the junk I've been picking up. Do I got... Quit moving. Now, is it just the one? Oh, I thought there was more than one of them hanging out up here. It's just the one? Dude, you're all alone by your lonesome. Did you just cough? You're not helping. You're rolling the wrong way, dude. Car's over there. Dude. Car's up that way. This is harder than it looks. Okay, just bump into the car and stop moving. Stop moving. Just right there. Perfect. Good. Okay, do I have any building materials on me? Well, I got those. What else do I got? I don't think I have anything in my scrap materials chest here, do I? 63 cages. So what we got to do is figure out how we're going to pen the dude. I seem to have lost one of my lights at some point here. I'm kind of bummed about that. Oh, I'm not going to help you. I'm going to put you in a box. Alright. Whole man golf. That's a tree, dude. That's a tree. So just stop rolling back. Oops. Okay. What I need to do is move this guy forward slightly. Need to get him rolling into the back of the car so I can tighten that cage up on him a little bit more. Nope, no help for you. Alright. Let's see if we can move forward a little bit. Oh, I'm hooked on... I'm hooked on my stopper. Now I'm hooked on what? Come on, let's go with me. There we go. That's a tree. Sorry, dude. We're just playing a little pinball with you right now. Don't take it the wrong way. Oops. Alright, and again, it's nighttime. So we've trapped ourselves a farmer guy. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait until nighttime or daytime again. And then we're going to see if we can pick him up. But I want to start making my way back towards my my base with Mr. Cage here. When we get towards the trader, I'm going to take him in and just drop him off because he's just too much of a pain in the butt to drag around. So don't go away, kids. We'll be right back. Okay, kids, we made it to traders. I'm not sure if it's the right trader or not, but it is one. And we got old Spinny Joe here up on the platform, and we're gonna hit the button. Whoop. And he's gone. No more hearing him cry. And again, for no reason whatsoever, my game has suddenly turned into this jerky, framey mess where it's just constantly doing this thing whenever I try to walk. I don't know why, because I don't have any problems with it. I could go hours and have no problems at all with it, and then all of a sudden it's just doing this jerky, framey thing. So I apologize for it. You know, but then keep in mind that I am working with the processing power of Spud. So there's that too. Oh, don't you start getting stupid on me now. Okay, this was something that Khan said would happen occasionally with these engines. He says it happens in creative, but it doesn't happen in survival. Here it is happening in survival. What's happening is the sensor is picking up part of one of these piston heads. To cure it, apparently all you have to do is upgrade the sensors to the point where they can see colors and then color those blocks. I'm not worried about it. I highly doubt I'm going to be using that piston engine for a lot longer. It's doing exactly what I need it to do, and that is save me a ton of gas, especially while exploring. Unfortunately, it is not fast, and this vehicle does not handle very well because the piston engine puts a lot of torque on the back end, and the steering is horrible. I've managed to get one. Whoops. Can't see my boxes here. I found one sports suspension in a chest. So it was I think it was a gold chest, and I have one. Unfortunately, I need at least two to put front suspension on. So that's going to happen soon. I did see a couple of shack towns, or at least one shack town back behind me there. That I might go and explore. I need to strip a lot more resources off. That's the whole point of coming out with this vehicle, is to strip resources out of some of these shack towns. That being said, I am still totally lost. I don't know if this was my original trader that I had found, that I'm any closer to home than I was when I found the dude. That other packing station is the one for doing fruit. So there's one for vegetables and one for fruits. These lights really are not helping. Like I said, the biggest problem I have in this game is you just can't get enough light. Nighttime, it's just dark and that's it. There's no escape. So I'm going to head back to that village or that shack town, and I'm going to strip it apart. I've got this empty chest here to fill with resources, and this chest here to fill with resources. So yeah, that's what I'm after. I'll fill them up. The panels, I just stack the panels up on a pyramid on top of this thing. It's hilarious when it's done. So oops, if I can figure out where I am and get myself loaded here, then I'll head back to base and maybe we'll pick it up when we get there. So don't go away, kids. We'll be right back. Okay, kids, we have looted a pair more of these shacks. There's a lot of like refrigerators and big bulky things and such like that left over, but the junk jalopy here is quite full. I've also looted a couple of POIs. These are all harvest bot parts. And the beastie here, she's quite full. The chests are full. I've got a load of wood on my inventory. I might be able to scrap a little bit more, but I am really nervous because this is boss bot territory, if you will, where the big bosses usually hang out. So I don't want to hang out here and push my luck anymore, and I have to. We can't steer today. Come on, turn. The piston car does fairly okay for power, but yeah, it doesn't turn. And speed is just not there. There's no such thing. So, like, it'll climb hills kind of okay, as long as I don't get it too slowed down. But once she picks up a head of steam, she gets rolling. But I've got a long ways to go back, And as you can see, we're quite loaded. Come on up this hill. Oh, come on up this hill. Oh, come on up the hill. Oh, just doesn't have it. And on, up, no. I was afraid of this. Okay. It glitched on me pretty bad earlier today as well. It literally wouldn't drive at all at one point. It was like I hit a pothole or something, and might have to take the long way back and poke along the coastline and hope that I make it back in one piece. So yeah, here's our haul. I just wanted to show you this, and I'm going to start the long journey back across the terrain here and see if we can make it back to our base. So I'll bring you back if anything interesting happens, or else if we make it back to our base location. Okay, we made it. If you can say that. Back to our back to our base where we're building here. Not sure if I showed you this or not, but if you install a chest on this side, the ones with the ports, not the small chests but these ones, on this side, on the output side of this machine, then you get the infinite crafting ability. I thought that was an upgrade you got when you got the machine to a certain height, but it actually doesn't matter. This is still level 1 and it can do infinite loops, which is really handy if you are processing resources. Now, the bridge is slowly coming along. I do have a ways to go, but almost got the bridge across the little bay here built. This is, of course, not exactly high quality, the best, strongest, whatever. I'm using these plates because they cover a lot of space, and the wood because, well, it's cheap. The stuff's free. I can just haul as much of it. Basically, it only costs me the time it takes to haul it back. Go out and collect and haul it back, and I can come back with absolute loads of wood here. So we're just going to sort up some inventory and get everything cooking. Let me take these out. Okay. But most importantly, I want to build myself a bed. Can you put this so it's flat side down, please? Thank you. Very first thing I want to build here, if I can find it. The great thing is it searches inventory for all the stuff in all the chests. Okay, so I need some wood. So what we'll do is we'll just order. Now, as soon as I connect this output chest in with these two input chests, then it will find everything that's in the output chest as well, and I won't have to haul back and forth. That's just a matter of getting a couple of pieces of vacuum tube together and connecting this port here with a port back here. So what I'll probably do is I'll take one off and I'll put one chest in with a port facing backwards and then run them over and connect them up. I'm not too worried about that right now, mainly because these are all temporary. I mean, the base is going to go in on the island over there, and yeah, this is temporary. I started building a little bit of concrete with the chemicals that I keep picking up. I'm going to build probably a chest of concrete and a chest of a chest full of bricks, the brick blocks. But I need to build some kind of drill car that can handle what I'm doing. This is great for hauling material, but it is not good, sufficient enough for drilling. Like, it's too flaky for drilling. It just moves around too much. So there's that. Now, can I get my bed, please? Bed, please. Yes. I just love the animation sequences for that thing. Okay, so now we have a bed that we can respawn in the unlikely event that I encounter something that I cannot kill or get surprise attacked by a group of bad people. Put it flat, please. There we go. We have a bed. Now if we respawn, we'll respawn back here at least instead of wherever. I can mount that to a vehicle, and then I can carry that with, so I can always respawn wherever the vehicle is, which also works really nice. But that's going to do it for today. I have a whole whack of these little metal plates to put down, and hopefully it'll be enough to get me most of the way across this thing. And then hopefully on the next episode we can start actually building. I want to do two things, one of two things. I want to actually build a proper drilling vehicle, something that's got enough weight and mass to hold itself in place while it grinds up rocks, and something that's got enough strength to haul several cartons of material back. The other thing I want to do is get over here and start laying out the island build here. And I want to test as to how far is the spawn range. So if I put crops here in the middle, I start building my crop range in the middle, will they spawn over here on the island, or will they spawn, like I'm hoping they will, over in that spawn area over there and over there by those trees, and then try to find their way to the island. I'm really hoping that it means that they'll pathfind, and as they pathfind, they'll try to come along on this this little footbridge, or this little bridge, because it'll be really easy to slow them down before they get across the bridge, especially when I can see them coming. They only have one line of attack. I could put a tower up like halfway on this bridge and literally just sit there with a mounted spud gun and pick off anything that comes across the bridge. I could make it even more challenging and have it so that I have a wall or something that flips up, and then they have to get through or around that wall. So, I mean, there's a lot of options. This bridge here, as I said, this is just basically, this is temporary until I get across, until I can get started on building the base itself, and then we'll see what happens. The big issue, of course, is I honestly, I don't see a reason for extensive farming. I mean, once you get enough resources together to get the spud guns and whatnot, you really don't need to trade with the trader for a lot of extra things. And I mean, food, I grew a couple of test plots, maybe about 4 test plots, and I still have lots of food. So I don't know, we'll see. Maybe it'll turn out there'll be something that you need in the long run for it, but yeah, right now I'm not seeing the urgency, apart from just basically growing enough spuds to take out the warehouse way back over there. But that's going to do it for today, kids. Hope you're enjoying Scrap Mechanic. And I'll see you on the next episode. Good night for now.